Percy was talking to Gordon and James one day. My guard's been telling me how lonely he gets in his van. He was saying, I think you ought to take passengers sometimes to help cheer him up. Well, he's not allowed to, said James virtuously. It's against regulations. Guards are important, and passengers might distract him, so that they can't look after our trains properly. And I can recall one time that my guard forgot to secure the brakes on my goods train, and I pulled so hard that I almost broke my coupling. Oh dear, sighed Percy. Yes, I suppose they might. They do it on the Midland, put in Gordon. Connor and Caitlin told me all about it when I went to Carlisle with that special. But they don't do it on the other railway. It's on some preserve line when they haven't got any coaches. You see, James? Said Percy triumphantly. Ah, well, if they haven't got any coaches, then that's different, said James huffily. I'm sure the Fat Controller wouldn't approve. Huh, replied Percy. We'll never know. And he puffed away to collect some trucks on the harbor. Meanwhile, on the branch line, Toby's passengers got off at Henrietta at the station by the airfield. They all went through the ticket barrier. Except for two, a man and a woman. Ah, said the ticket inspector when he looked at their tickets. You've come too far, I'm afraid, sir. You should have got out at the last station. The two people looked at him. Then they looked at each other and shook their heads. The last station, repeated the ticket inspector slowly. You must go back. There was a pause. Then the man said something to his wife in a language that the ticket inspector couldn't understand a word of. He asked the porter to bring the station master. Percy trundled happily down the branch line. His signal showed clear, and the trucks clattered behind him. As he approached the station, he noticed the station master waving for him to stop. There must have been an accident, he thought. I hope nobody's hurt. So he slowed to a stop at the platform. The station master came to see him with the two people. What's up? Asked Percy's driver. I'm giving the guard these two passengers to travel in his van, explained the station master. They're foreigners who came too far on Toby's train by mistake. Could you, Percy, stop at the station by the river to let them off, please? Percy was puzzled. Passengers? He asked when the guard took them away. But this is a goods train. That's right, Percy, said the station master. They're going to travel with the guard in his van. But James says it's against It's not allowed, sir. The station master laughed. Quite right, Percy, he said. So it is. But I don't think James or the Fat Controller would mind if we help two foreign visitors on our island who can't understand our language. Do you? That made it alright, of course. Once everything was ready, Percy puffed away. As he trundled along, the guard kept the passengers safe in his van, and they didn't distract him once. Soon they reached the station they wanted. The two passengers came to the front of the train to see Percy. They nodded and shook hands with the driver and fireman. Once the taxi took them away, Percy puffed back on his way. A few weeks later, Percy's driver, fireman, and guard received a foreign package, and inside of it were warm hats, scarves, and mittens, and a letter addressed to the Fat Controller saying how splendid his railway is and reminding him that Christmas is coming. Percy didn't tell James. Besides, he said to himself, it might make him jealous, and that would never do.